同学们好.
同学好，
老师好.
Great. Thank you. It is the 14th of January. We are in the middle of the second section. Last week we did the turn body left heel kick after the separation kicks. And the key thing there was actually the waist leads the limbs. And there are two ways of landing, either staying up or coming down and then standing up and doing a kick again. We'll review all of that. This week, from there on out, there's in the second section, as you know, because you all know the form, there's lots of essentially repeat movements. The connection movements are slightly different in many of the cases. So we'll just start working and see how it goes and see how far we get with the repeats. Just depends on how comfortable you are with them. So let us begin, as always, with our standing practice that will help calm our mind and get us into a Tai Chi kind of body frame. So feet shoulder width apart, feet pointing parallel to the front, bend the knees, weight evenly front and back, crotch rounded and arms up. You can have the arms down here if it's comfortable or in front of the chest. Fingertips are about fist width apart, hands are relaxed. There's a little bit of space between your fingertips, but feel the extension and opening going all the way into your fingertips. So let's do a couple of minutes here. We'll start with the posture, the shape. Feel your head lifting up. Feel there's something on your head that you're carrying, you're pushing up. Or you can feel your head's being suspended on a string and the rest of your body is sinking down. You're looking forward, horizontal towards the horizon, nice big view. Second one is sink the shoulders, drop the elbows. So a way to sink the shoulders is to raise the head and feel your shoulder blades dropping down behind your ribs and feel weights on your elbows pulling the elbows down. So you've got the head up, light, and everything else sinking and opening. Now absorb the chest and slightly round the back. Do that by feel the elbows extending away left and right from the spine. So now you're opening left and right. So shoulders, elbows pointing away, armpit open. Now relax the waist, so drop the hips straight down. If necessary, fold a little bit at the front of your hips so that you can align the top of your head with the center of your pelvis and the spot between the bubbling wells of your feet. And last 30 seconds, just attend to your breathing. All of this, the purpose of all of these posture checks is to make sure you can breathe easily. As you breathe in, the abdomen expands. As you breathe out, the abdomen contracts. It's all about breathing. Since we have been doing shoulder, one leg stances, let's practice those. So start in an empty stance, one foot to the corner and front foot out, chest pointing towards the corner. Now straighten your back leg, bring the front leg in, just touching with the toe to help with balance. If that's good, you can bring your foot in and touch with the tip of your foot to maintain balance. If that's good, you can start lifting that foot up so that it is a balance exercise. But the posture still applies. Head up, shoulders down, elbows dropping. Absorb the chest. Relax the waist. Feel the weight over the bubbling well Let's change the other side. Bend the back foot, change. So the other foot now to the corner. Turn your chest to the corner, front leg out. Straight. Now bring the leg back. Bring it in if you're comfortable doing that. So chest to the corner, head looking forwards. So head is looking in the direction of the up knee. Nose towards the up knee. Yeah, that's nice. Check your posture. Head up. Shoulders sinking, elbows dropping. Absorb the chest. Feel the shoulder tip moving out, elbow tip moving out. Wrists, fingertips, nice big circle. Relax the waist. Even though you're standing on one leg, that leg is not locked and your hips are pointing straight down. Let's change and let's practice a bow stance since we're going to be doing a couple of bow stances today. So step out into your bow stance and we'll do a forward bow stance. Front leg bent, back leg straight, not locked, but just less than locked. Torso leaning forward. Head up, shoulders down, elbows down. Absorb the chest, elbows away from the spine. Relax the waist. So feel if you can open and extend your lower spine, your lumbar spine. Feel the pressure on your feet. Front foot pushing into the back foot pushing into the front foot. You want the weight even on the ball and the heel here as well. So all our stances with the weight supporting foot. Let's change to the other side. Bring the foot back in. Change to the other side. Step out, shoulder width, as far as you can go to come back easily. Torso leaning in the direction you're going. Arms rounded. Feel the space. Make a bit of space. Lorraine, if you can, make a bit more space between your fingertips. Just open between the fingertips a little bit more if you can, if your shoulders allow that. Okay. Check the posture. Head up. Open and extend. Relax the shoulders down, elbows down. Absorb the chest, so feel the opening left, right. Now open your back from top to bottom to relax the waist. Your hips are dropping down. You're breathing easily. And let's come forward. Feet parallel. And let's just gently do some warm-ups. So just rotate the hips. 4 times in one direction. And then come back the other way. Now we'll start loosening up the lower back, the waist. So bend your knees. Try not to move your hips around. Just turn your chest. Let your chest moving. Swing your arms from one side to the other. And now we'll open the shoulders. So just bending the knees and opening the arms. Just get the blood flowing in the good old shoulder joints. And once you've done a few of those, just take the joints, rotate that shoulder socket the other direction. Can. All right. Okay. And let's just, since we're here, we'll just do a couple of waist exercises. You can use a chair if you want. I'm just going to stand. We'll just do a few of them. So we'll start by doing our horizontal movements. So we're not going to move our hips, we're just going to move our shoulders. So if you're mirroring me, so to the left, to the right. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And now we'll do chest forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Now we'll go side, to your left, to your right, to your left, to your right, left, right, left, right. Now we're going to start turning these straight line movements and the circular movement that stops and comes back into circles. So we'll turn, go around the corner, front to back to the side, around, front to back, around at the edge, front to back, around, front to back, around, front to back. Now change direction, back to front and around, back to front, around, from the back to the front, around, back to the front, around, one more, front, and back to the front. Now let's do the vertical movements. So before we just went forward and back. Now I want you to try and see if you can move your belly button in a circle. So 1, down at the front, up at the back. I'm moving my hands to try and guide me about what I'm doing, but my hands aren't moving. The idea is to move my lumbar spine. This is the hardest one, I think. And now we'll go back the other way. So back, down at the front, up, back, down at the front, up, back, down at the front, up. Good. Now we'll do an easier one. So we'll go to the side and down across the bottom, up across the top. 2, 3, 4. And change direction at the bottom. So going the other direction. 1. Probably you're going clockwise now. 2, 3, 4. And relax. Okay. So we're going to, let's just practice the second section to where we've got to, just to get us all nicely warmed up. And we'll see if there are any questions about any of that you have, any movements that you want. You don't have to have a question. It could just be something you want to work on. And then we'll review the turn body left heel kick, and then we'll go on. So let's start. I will go in the same direction as you. So for me, the front or the south or 12 o'clock is in that direction. Same direction as you if you're facing the camera. Yep. Good. Let's begin. We are at the end of the first section, which is cross hands. I'll just call the movements. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow transition. Fist under elbow. Step back, repulse monkey. 1, 2, 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hands. Step forward. White crane. spreads its wings. Left brush knee. Needle at C bottom. Fan through the back. Turn body. Chop with fist. Step forward, parry, block, and punch. Step up, grass bird's tail. Roll back. Press. So what I want to do is, since the separation kicks are actually quite difficult movements, I'm going to just review, I'm just going to practice. So we'll do the separation kicks and then the heel kick. And so I'm going to turn around so that this is the front direction for me. I think you can see a little bit better. So we're going to start with, and I'll just call some cues.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna log out and in because everybody froze. Oh, there you are. Sorry about that. You're moving now. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll start with high pat on horse and do the separation kicks from here. So arms horizontally circling to the right with body turning. As the arms close, step less than corner with the left foot and open. Keeping the crotch rounded, close across the arms, stand up, look in the kicking direction, toe kick, right leg. As the right foot comes down, change the arms, left palm to the left shoulder, right palm up. Sink, step into a bow stance, right foot less than corner, palm over elbow, cross, pull open, elbow over palm, looking in the left arm direction. Keeping the crotch rounded with body turning, cross the arms, stand up, look in the kicking direction, kick. Turn body left heel kick, turning to the right, rotate the right arm, and left leg come around. Straighten the left arm, go around, and kick. Let's do that again. And I'll do the other way of doing the turn. There's actually 3 ways we can do the turn. So let me start going in this direction. So we're in high pat on horse. Separation kicks. Open. Step less than corner, cross the arms, and then pull open. Cross the arms, looking over the crossed arms, stand up, look, kick. drop the foot, rotate the arms. Sink, step out, less than corner, cross the arms, open the arms, looking towards the left arm direction, turning to the right, cross the arms, stand up, look in the kicking direction, toe kick, turn body, left heel kick, turn to the right, straighten the leg, come around, sink when you come to the other side, stand up, heel kick, and stop. So before we get to the turn, there's just a few things I want to remind you of in setting up for the kick. So we've done the left heel kick, the left separation kick. So everything is going to come to the right. So as you come to the right, your right arm is going to rotate palm up. The left arm is going to come into this ward-off shape in front of your body as the left knee comes around. So my left upper arm and my left thigh are still roughly in the same direction. Then I'm going to straighten my leg and I'm going to lead with the waist. I'm going to lead with the waist and then I'm going to turn. So after that, you've got lots of options. But what I'd like us to just do is practice this setup and lead with the waist. So I'm going to face you. So let's say we've done the left heel kick. So the right arm out, palm up, left arm turns in. Straighten the left leg and then lead with the leg. And just go around as far as you can go. So we've done the toe kick. Turn to the right, right arm up, left arm rounded, left leg across. Straighten the left leg, lead with the waist and go around as far as you can. So as far as I'm concerned with actually doing the kick, the secret is to start with your waist. Start with this movement. So you're going to drop the leg, start with the movement, and then the arms are going to close in. The other thing to remember, of course, as we talked about, is you're going to do a left heel kick. So the left arm has to be on the outside. So when your right arm comes around, it's going to come around behind the left arm. So Lorraine, just keep your left arm sort of in ward off in front of you. Yes, like that. And the right arm just comes right behind it. That's perfect. And if you can, you want to cross sort of the forearm by the wrists. Yes, that's nice. Okay, yeah. So there are three ways to two plus one ways we can do the turn. One is we'll start and we'll try and keep our balance all the way around without putting our leg down. The second one, which is actually the martial art application and is perfectly valid and is easier, is you start here, close, straighten the leg, lead, come around and sink. So go into an empty stance, then stand up and kick. The third one, if you're struggling or you're on like Rogelio, you're on a surface which is really not very friendly, like a lawn, is to actually come around here and just step behind you. Just take a transition step and pivot your right foot to where you want it to go. So your right foot is going to turn pretty much 180 degrees and then just step into an empty stance. That way you know you're going to be in the right place. How's that working? Does that make sense?
It does, yep.
Okay.
I'll try 3 of them.
Okay, let me watch you do it for a few times and let me just see if there's anything that we should pay attention to. it's looking like it's working really well. Lorraine, I really like the way in which you're really getting this movement when you close your arms, the left arm up and the right arm up and the left arm coming around. That's looking really good. That's a really nice movement. And Ron, when you come around, the arms are nice and crossed. There's a couple of things that will help. The first is, and this one is for Rogelio, and it may be for the others. Rogelio is the only person I can see from the waist on down. So this may be something we all have. But when you start, you've done your toe kick here. You're going to come around and straighten your leg. As soon as your leg is straight, turn. Don't wait. As soon as you've straightened your leg, go. Because if you stand there with your leg straight, you're going to fall over. So straighten your leg and go as far as you can go. The other thing I just want to draw your attention to is when we do these the arms. So when you think about cloud hands or cross hands, but cloud hands, we're rotating the whole arm all the way from here to here continuously. So the rotation starts here, rotate, 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 finish. So when you do the kick, it's the same thing. I want you to rotate, 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 finish. Try and avoid doing open, sort of come to here and then strike. It's not a to here and strike. It's rotate, 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 rotate all the way. So let's practice that together a couple of times. So we're going to start in the left separation kick. So the right toe is more than straight, less than corner. We're standing up here. So rotate the right arm, left arm in ward-off, turn the left leg in, straighten and come around, sink into an empty stance, stand up, heel kick. Okay, do that again. And I'll start in the other, so you can see the other side. So we've done the heel kick, toe kick. We're going to do a heel kick. So turn to the right, straighten the leg, lead with the waist, come around, sit, stand up, kick. Yes. Yep. One of the things that I'm seeing, Rogelio, that's looking really nice is your arms are actually open nice and wide. So one of the things that we sometimes, a habit we develop, which Rogelio doesn't have, is that we actually have our arms at 90 degrees when we do a kick. The back arm is actually open to the corner, the front arm is to the straight. So good work on that. Good. So any other questions about that?
I'm not quite sure at what point, and I keep missing watching you doing it. At what point do you bring the right arm into cross hands as you're spinning?
Yes. I wonder what would be, that's not a good direction. Let me try this direction. Yeah, so I've done, yeah. So the left, you said the left arm.
No, the right arm comes into the left hand and to the left arm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think let's try this direction. So you've done the kick, come to here, go. So the right arm starts palm out, and just as I turn, it just comes in and finishes palm in. So the left. So you remember, let's just think about the sequence. We had this left arm out here. We closed it in. We turned the right arm up. Now, then we open, we lead. This left arm is really not going to change much. It's maybe going to go from this to this, right? And then the right arm is just going to come in and slip in right behind it as I turn.
Okay, so you start bringing it in when you start turning, and it ends when you finish turning.
Yes, because here,
Okay.
because once I've straightened my leg and I start turning, this is my whole upper body is already going.
Mhm.
Then I close. Yeah, that actually you couldn't actually see that arm. Let's try it on this side. So we're here. Yep, we're here. Straighten. I'm going to come around to here. So it's just going to come,
Mhm.
in theory at least, across to here. Probably looks a lot more shaky than I would like, but that's the theory.
Mhm. I'm just trying to imagine, is there an application for all these cross hands before kicks? Or it's just
Yes,
for the sequence?
yes, yes, there is. Uh, actually, I'll ask. I won't ask Susan to join us now. Later, when we
Okay.
do the application. Actually, let's just do that now, because then we can do both of those things. Because the application I wanted to show you was punching down. So we're going to be doing a couple of repeat movements. So after we've done the left heel kick, we're going to do a left brush knee, then we're going to do a right brush knee, and then we're going to do punch down. So that's probably as far as we'll get today. But that punching down, I just wanted to show you how that works. So if Susan punches to me with the left, I'm going to deflect away and pull here. And she is actually going to, you can see she's back now, her weight is back, and her knee is exposed. So I can now punch down at this knee. So that, let's try that again. Yes. I said left and pointed at her right arm. That was very clever of me, wasn't it? So pull across here. That's much easier. Yes. Thank you, Susan. That was the idea. So, so the idea for a kick. So let's say she's going to, let's say either side. Let's just take the right. So she's going to come up here. Actually, let's try this one. She's going to come up here. I'm going to come up. The other arm comes here. So now this hand is free. I can pull this across and then kick. So let's try that again. So if she's going to punch here, I'm going to deflect, lock, transfer. Now all her weapons are away from me. Now I can kick. To the knee is probably the easiest place to kick. So in general, when you see the arms crossing, it's a deflect and a lock. And from this lock, you can do many things. So I showed just bringing this arm across, but I could also do other movements as well once I've got that arm where I want it.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So we've got a little bit under 20 minutes. So let's talk about those repeat movements. And if, unless there are any questions about this. Okay. So the whole series of repeat movements, we have done the left heel kick. So if that's the front of the room, I've done a left heel kick. Let me just show you the left. We do a left brush knee and a right brush knee. So from here, we do left brush knee, and then we do right brush knee. And then we do punching down, but we'll talk about punching down in a minute. The left brush knee is almost identical to left brush knee from White Crane. So it's a repeat. The connection movement is just slightly different. So if you, you can either practice with me or just watch. So let's say I'm in White Crane here. So this is White Crane. So from here, I'm going to go into a left brush knee. So the first thing I do in white crane is I rotate the right hand and I put the left hand into a lifting position. 2, close and step. 3, brush. 4, push. So again, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the right hand to palm up, to palm back, and the left hand to palm vertical. And then from there, 1 down, 1 up, 1 up, 1 down, etc. Brush knee. The difference is we're not starting in this position. We're starting with the arms in this position. So, but we want to get to the same thing. So there are 2 things are going to happen. The right arm is going to come to the front and sit like this. So this is, you know, this is the first step in white crane. To get to this position, I've got to come to the front, coming up slightly. Now my hand is sitting here. So now I'm at the same place that I was in white crane. The left, so this hand now, compared to white crane, you know, this hand just moved a couple of inches. In this transition, it's got to come all the way to the front. And it comes, it's not going to come this way. It's going to come forward. So try not to come the long way round, just bring it slightly up and to the front, mostly in the side direction. The left hand, remember my left hand is here. My palm is essentially pointing sort of, my arm is straight, my palm's at 45 degrees to my forearm. I need to get this palm vertical. You remember when I was doing white crane, it went to here and then it went up. And so this is, I want to get into this position of my palm, but actually it's in this position. So really all that happens while my right arm is making this long movement is my left hand is just squaring up and coming up like an inch. So that's what makes this movement tricky. That's one of 2 things that makes this movement tricky. The coordination, you've got to, like everything moves at the same rate, right? And so from here, then it's a straightforward brush knee. So let's just practice the arm movements without worrying about the footwork. So the arms are out. Remember, palms are sort of to the corners. So the right arm is going to circle to the front and the left arm is just going to sit here. Left palm is in the forward back direction. So turn your palm, Rogelio, I can't quite see. Yeah, so edge of the palm out. Now circle down, circle up to the side, just as a brush knee, brush and push. That is all standard. So let's do that again. So the right hand is going to circle up and the left hand is just going to adjust slightly. Then circle, 1 up, 1 down, to the corner at the back, brush and push. One more. So the right arm is going to circle forward, slightly up and down to here, and then 1 down, 1 up, 1 up, 1 down, to the corner. Left arm nice and rounded, brush and push. So the first thing that's tricky about this is the arm movement. So you want, you know, this arm, if I'm here, you know, you want this arm to sort of come to the front and circle. The other thing is when we were in white crane, we just essentially, to get to the bow stance, picked up this front foot and went to the side. But here, what we're actually going to do is we're going to go from a one-legged stance into a bow stance, right? Now, this is something you did when we did the left separation kick. Remember, we did the right one, the way we went sink, step into a bow stance, open, stand up and kick. So we know how to go from an up position to a bow stance. It's just now it's on the other leg. But what makes it tricky is the coordination is when the arms come to here, is when your left heel is going to touch the ground. So from all the way from here up, down to here is where you are sinking your weight gradually if you can. So imagine you're Donald Trump going down the golden escalator, so you're just gradually, slowly, stately, grandly moving down as this left arm comes forward and then goes to the back. So let's practice that. So we have done our left heel kick. So sinking the weight, circle, keep sinking, step out, heel touch. So when the arms are at the side, you've touched with the heel. Brush and push. Let's do that again. So we're here. Circle forward, sinking, sinking, sinking. Heel touch when the arms are to the side. Brush, foot flattens, push out, knee bends. And again. So we're up here. So right arm comes forward. You're already sinking, 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 sinking. Heel touch when the arms are at the side. Brush and push. And finish with your head up. Okay, how's that going? It's sort of there, sort of there. Okay.
It'll take practice, but I think I got it.
It takes practice. One thing that if you're finding that the transition, that it's too long a transition, one way you can work up to it is you can, when you're moving your arms forward, just stay up. Don't start coming down and then just come down as the right arm circles down. So that shortens, it speeds up slightly the sink that you have to do to get this leg out. The other thing that I can't see your feet in this, that's fine, but so that means you're going to have to check for yourself when you sink so you're in this empty stance, you're going to sink, step, make sure that you have shoulder width. Make sure that you're not sinking and just putting your front foot in one line to side, because then your stance is going to be very narrow and you're not going to have balance. So step down and wider. Okay, so Ronald, I noticed something. It may be that you were thinking about something else, but I want you to pay attention to your right hand. The right hand is going to come up here and it's just going to swing down like this. What I noticed was that you turned your right hand palm down when it was here. So keep it palm up through the swing like that. Yes, that's right. That's right. The other thing that I think you can now work on, Ronald, because your form is really coming along really nicely, is when you think about your left arm, think that somebody is punching towards you and you're deflecting with the inside of the forearm. So it's actually a deflect down. Then you're going to pull them forward and strike. Yeah, so it's actually down and across. So somebody's striking to the center of your body, you're intercepting them and taking them down and to the side. And keep the left palm down as you deflect down. And that was one for Lorraine, I think. Yes. Good. So let's do that movement and we'll add in right brush knee. So we'll just do left brush knee, right brush knee. So I'm going to go in, I'll start let's face in the same direction to begin with. So we've done the left heel kick. So left brush knee, sink, rotate the left arm. Arms close to the side, heel touch, brush, and push. Right brush knee, shift back weight, lift the left arm, rotate the left arm, open the left foot. Now, left arm comes over, heel touch at the side, brush, and push. I'll do that again. And I won't talk, I will just let you practice. So we're here, we've done the left heel kick. So left brush knee, circle, brush, and push. So right brush knee, shift back weight, turn, and stop. Okay, that's looking nice, Rogelio, your nice ending posture. So are we ready to move on and talk about the next one, which is punching down? I'm not seeing anybody shake their head, but I'm seeing a couple of thumbs up. So good. So we'll do that. So I showed you the application with Susan. So let's just practice. Let's just do it together. So we've done a left brush knee and a right brush knee. So I'll face you here. So we've done right brush knee. So right leg bent forward. So the transition starts off just like a transition to another brush knee. Shift back weight, lift the left arm, open, and turn the body. So this is step one, and this is exactly the same. What's going to be different is normally one would go down, one would go up. Here, both arms are going to come down. Susan's punching towards me. I'm deflecting down to here. So you can see this arm is in front of the body. The right fist is by the right hip. My shoulder is sinking. Then I'm going to brush and punch forward. So let me do it in this, let's do it together in this direction. Yep. So left brush knee, right brush knee. So we're right leg forward. Shift weight back, lift the right arm halfway with body turning, right arm nice and rounded, right toe to the corner. Now shifting weight forward, both arms horizontally come to the right, heel touch. Check where your right fist is. It's right here, fist is up. Then you're going to shift your weight forward, brush, and punch. And your punch, the palm is going to be in this position. So we're going to start with the fist like this, and it's going to rotate, 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 and end up like this. So it's going to start here, rotate, 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 and punch like this. Yes, very nice. If you can, yeah, that's great, Lorraine. If you can, if your hands allow it, try and if you can get your thumb over your middle knuckle and nice flat surface like this. Yeah, perfect. That's nice. Yep, thumb on the outside. Everybody's looking good. Yep. So in terms of fundamentals, I said these are all repeats. So this is a repeat. This is a brush knee. It's just so the left arm is coming across and pulling open. That's just like a normal brush knee. The only difference is that in the usual brush knee, here, in the usual brush knee, I'm going to circle, and my right arm is going to come to the shoulder, and I'm going to strike here. So this is the application normally, but here it's going to be a punch. So the difference is instead of a strike, it's a punch. What is it a punch to? It's a punch to the knee. So you want to make sure, and we always assume that the height of our opponent's exactly the same as our height. If this is my bow stance, I probably, given the length of my stance, have to go further than my torso. This is my normal bow stance, torso and back leg aligned. But you can see if my arm is out at 90 degrees here, it's not at knee height. I need to tilt my torso down to get this to knee height. So that's the other difference in our posture. Instead of being, normal brush knee, the torso would be in line with the back leg. Here we're punching to the knee, so your torso has to tilt forward more. However, you want to keep your head, feel this piece of string pulling. You're looking in the same direction as your arm, so like 45 degrees down. So you don't try and avoid looking at your fist, because then your head will be down, and the problem with looking at your fist is you won't see what your opponent's arms are doing. So you want to keep your head up and looking. So let us practice that one a couple of times. So we are in right brush knee. I'll go in this direction. Right leg forward. Shift back weight, lift the right arm, turn the right toe out, right arm rounded, body turns. Step through both arms, circle to the side, right fist to the hips, step out, shift weight forward, punching to the knee, torso tilted enough that your fist is at knee height, head up. Do that again. We're in right brush knee. 1, shift back weight, open the toe. 2, circle both arms, make a fist, step out, heel touch. 3, brush and strike down. Head up. Again. We're in a right leg forward, right brush knee. Punching down, shift back weight, open the right toe, turn the body. 2, step through, right fits to the hip, heel touch. 3, bend forward, punch. Okay, let me watch you do that. Okay, very nice. Actually, I really like, I can see you punching, Lorraine. I can definitely see the intention. It's great. So a couple of things. One is we start in right brush knee. When we're here, this left arm is just going to come down. It's not going to go up long way, nothing fancy. Because remember, when we did the brush knee before, it went slightly up and slightly down. Here it's just going to come, or just down to here. That's the left arm. The right arm, I want you to be sure, and I can't see very well, so this may just be a trick of the light. When we are starting here, yep, stepping through, make sure, here. Make sure that your hand isn't back here. Make sure that your fist is in front of the sort of the corner of your hip, shoulders sinking, chest absorbed, so that you keep, and then you punch down. Yes, right. The last thing I'll say, because we're out of time, is be careful with this one not to get too enthusiastic, because when we punch down, don't turn the chest past square, because we're just going to punch to here and the chest is going to be square to the front. Just like when we do a brush knee, the chest is square to the front. Here, the chest is square, so don't overturn when you punch. 同学们，再见。
老师再见。